Duck, cover, and hold. These children in Magsaysay, Davao del Sur now know the drill by heart. This as hundreds of aftershocks continue to be felt after Monday's magnitude 6.6 tremor. Many residents built temporary shelters outside their homes, fearing not just aftershocks, but another big one.
Hadlok kami kay napa may mga linog-linog nga ginagmay. Balay. Ano yung mga crack. Dili na nang misgawas.
Even Magsaysay local government had to work outside after the two earthquakes destroyed their building. Rescue workers meanwhile continue their search for the three people missing in a landslide. Elmer is hoping that his relatives will be saved.
Lisod pagkuha man kay gitaguan siyang kauban sa ilalom, magisipti sa ilalom sa pangpang. Lisod may bunlot.
Many schools in Davao del Sur were damaged by the tremors, including the Casuga National High School where a grade 9 student died from falling debris. In Tulunan, North Cotabato, Mias Angal is grieving over his daughter's death. Remaya died when a wall of their house collapsed.
Wa kagawas, o di wa kadagan, nagadagan pero ang ilang sigurong kuan nga na-slide sa doon sa ilahang payag, sige di tagpaabot nga ano sa mobalik sa balay, muwang kuya, wa man ay ibalik.
Tulunan, North Cotabato, and Magsaysay, Davao del Sur are still under a state of calamity. For News 5, Jem Avancenia, we are One News.
In the span of 2 weeks, Tulunan, North Cotabato was hit by a devastating 1-2 punch, and residents are asking experts, will there be more magnitude 6 earthquakes? With the absence of ground ruptures, PHIVOLCS cannot say for certain if the two big quakes with epicenters in Tulunan were caused by movement in the same fault. But geologists are certain there will be more tremors, hopefully of weaker magnitude.
There is always a possibility na pwedeng may mas malakas pa. But normally, ang trend after having a magnitude na 6.6, normally, nagte-tapered na yan, pahina na. But then again, hindi nga 100% na kaya sabihin namin, definite wala na.
As what was experienced in October 16, Tuesday's quake was tectonic in nature. That is, it was caused by ground movement powered by forces deep within the Earth's crust. PHIVOLCS says it was also possible that the second quake was caused by a phenomenon called stress transfer.
Stress transfer, yung loading, kumbaga yung energy ng isa gumalaw, naapektuhan na rin yung isa, kaya nagkakaroon na rin adjustment yung katabing fault, pwede rin po. Normally, magda-die down na yan kasi babalik uli na sa period na kumbaga maglalak na uli yung fault. Kumbaga ngayon yung energy na in-release niya, it's not enough pa na wala pa yung time na maglalak ulit.
So far, on top of 5 people killed, 400 people have been reported injured, while 2 were reported missing following the earthquake that struck Mindanao. Meanwhile, the NDRRMC says more than 1,000 families were affected in 3 villages in Socsargen. In Tulunan, North Cotabato, a landslide occurred at Sitio Saulbulowan, which resulted in total blockage of a road. The NDRRMC also reported that 2 people were missing after a landslide in Magsaysay, Davao del Sur. Classes in all levels are suspended in Cotabato province to give way to the provincial post-earthquake damage analysis, while work in government offices was suspended in Zamboanga del Sur, except for frontline services at the Zamboanga del Sur Medical Center and Malasakit Center. The quake damaged 133 structures in the area. PHIVOLCS has recorded no less than 270 aftershocks, only 50 of which were actually felt by people on the ground. To tell us more about the extent of damages brought on by the earthquake in North Cotabato, we have on the line National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council spokesperson Mark Timbal. Mr. Timbal, meron po ba tayong panawagan for evacuation? Is that necessary?
Sir Robbie, magandang gabi po. We have been informing the local government to ensure that all their citizens must be kept safe. We are not advising them to return to their houses or to their office buildings up until such time that these structures have been assessed as still stable. If there is a need to evacuate people, especially in the risky areas, areas that are that have landslide risk, local governments are empowered to do evacuations for those areas.
Okay, in the meantime po, you mentioned landslide risk. There were landslides. Give us an update on rescue operations.
Yes, Currently, we're still looking for the two missing individuals in Magsaysay. The local government personnel in charge for rescue and search and rescue are still looking for them. These two were victims of a landslide, and in the locality of Magsaysay. So we are still waiting for reports from the ground whether these two had been found already. But as I have been informed, the search and rescue operations continue.
Okay, we are still bracing for more aftershocks, and we are still bracing as well for landslides. Are there any other kinds of hazards that we should be looking out for, and how are these being mitigated?
Um, So usually secondary to earthquakes, we have fire incidents. So we're always informing our citizens to make sure that their houses, their utilities, especially the the gas tanks, as well as their power lines, should be inspected first before they start using them. When it comes to the landslides, there has been some rain. There have been some rains experienced in the localities in the earthquake-affected areas. So we also advise the local governments to ensure that the landslide-prone areas are properly monitored and the citizens be evacuated if necessary.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Mark Timbal, spokesperson for the NDRRMC.